We're halfway through the 22nd Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, where records have been smashed and medal hopes dashed. Day 6 saw another 30 golds won and lost, with swimming, judo and weightlifting all waving a fond farewell. But the arrival of the mountain bikers proved there's lots more spectacular stuff to come in Brum.
Day 6 of the Commonwealth Games saw 8 athletic gold medals being won on a busy night at Alexander Stadium. 13 athletes started the men's high jump. Defending champion Australia's Brandon Stark had a wayward evening, missing jumps until reaching 2 metres 25.
Crowd fully fired up and engaged now in this fabulous night of athletics. Oh yes, the defending champion.
New Zealand's Hamish Kerr had a perfect record as he went after the Australian.
2:15, 2:19, 2:22, all first time. And the Kiwi here in really fabulous form. Remember, 10th in Tokyo last year, is to regain the lead, and he gets it. Pops over first time, maintains that lovely line of little zeros on our computer screen showing that he has gone clear again and again.
Gold for Kerr, silver for Stark, and bronze for Tejaswin Shankar of India. After a difficult World Championships, Katarina Johnson-Thompson had performed well so far in her Commonwealth heptathlon title defence. Going into the penultimate event, the javelin, she was still in first place. But Kate O'Connor from Northern Ireland was also in medal contention.
She was in second overnight but dropped after the long jump of 5.82. Over 52 metres at her best. And that looks like, oh, that's flying. Oh, over the 50-metre line. She awaits the distance, 50 metres and 83. 876 points she goes into the overall lead.
Katarina Johnson-Thompson needed something special to stay ahead of the pack.
Her final throw. Oh, that looks good. Oh! Nearing the 45-metre line. A brilliant last throw from the reigning champion. 44 metres and 33, a lifetime best for Johnson-Thompson. Now a little bit more comfortably back in the lead.
Johnson-Thompson needed a buffer of around 8 or 9 seconds ahead of Kate O'Connor in the 800 metres to secure the gold.
Johnson-Thompson 200 metres away from gold. Keep an eye on that battle for the silver medal position. O'Connor of Ireland was in the silver medal position. She's looking over her shoulder. She's tracking Mills. Johnson-Thompson in a comfortable position. She's going to finish in second place overall. Holly Mills is going to win the 800 metres in the final event. Katarina Johnson-Thompson, though, of England, the event leader, will cross the line as the Commonwealth champion once again. 2:11.42 for Mills, but a sensible run from KJT. And Katarina Johnson-Thompson is back with a major title.
2 more field events now. In the women's shot put, New Zealand's Madison Lee-Wishy had a terrific first round effort.
Oh, and that's useful. That's beyond 18 metres, dark glasses and all from the Kiwi. She looks pretty happy with it, doesn't she?
Jamaica's defending Games champion, Danielle Thomas-Dodd, was getting into her stride too.
She opened with 17.98, was second to Wishy. That is big from Danielle Thomas-Dodd. That is out towards 19 metres, and that will take the lead, I think. Not by much.
Canada's Sarah Mitten, who is in third, had one last chance to go higher in the standings.
She might have come here with big hopes. 18.20 now in Rhine 5, and that is big from Mitten. That is big. She might have saved her best till last. 19.03, and she moves into the lead, does Mitten.
Gold for Canada, silver for Jamaica, and a bronze for New Zealand. Games records tumbled in the men's F42-44, 61-64 discus competition that sees athletes with lower limb deficiencies or prosthetics compete against each other. Welshman Harrison Walsh broke a Games record with his second throw of the evening. 54.76, a superb start. Sri Lanka's Palitha Halgahawela Gadara scored well with a personal best of 43.13 in round 2. Aled Davies of Wales had thrown impressively throughout, and on his fifth throw broke the Games record he'd set earlier in the event. That was enough to seal the victory. Gold and bronze for Wales, with a silver for Sri Lanka. The women's 10,000 metres was another much-anticipated track event in Birmingham. Scotland's Eilish McColgan was a strong contender for gold. In the early stages of the race, McColgan looked comfortable at the head of the pack.
Eilish looks incredibly relaxed because she is so tall. She has got such incredibly long levers. She knows full well herself that it does make it hard for people to run behind her. And when she's in traffic, therefore, it's can become problematic, and it's better perhaps to be out in front like this where athletes can see. There's usually not a bunch of people in the first 3 or 4 places. As you can see here, the bunching is going back between places 4 and 10. So sensible running this from Eilish, not particularly quick, but it will take its toll, and she's just got to be patient here.
With just over 4,000 metres to go, the Kenyan runners Cheptai and Kiprotich sat on McColgan's shoulder.
The half-marathon specialist now comes to the front, and this is a change in the tactics here. Kiprotich from Cheptai, and now McColgan is the one having to hang on.
As the final few hundred metres approached, Kiprotich failed to hang on, so McColgan and Cheptai became locked in a thrilling head-to-head battle.
Less than 200 to go, and we still don't know who's taking the gold. McColgan's had a silver in the Europeans, but this would be incredible. Cheptai accelerates again. Pain etched on both their faces. Side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Who wants it the most? Listen to the crowd. This is absolutely incredible. History is being rewritten here in Birmingham in spectacular fashion. Eilish McColgan is the Commonwealth champion, just like her mum was back in 1986. She's beaten a former world cross-country champion to do it. This is the performance of her lifetime. All that work, all those miles for all those years, and she has become the Commonwealth champion. That was spectacular. Kiprotich takes the bronze, but it's McColgan who takes the headlines here. That was incredible.
A truly golden moment for Eilish McColgan, and a Commonwealth Games record to boot. The blue-ribboned 100-metre sprints drew day 6 to a close. There were 7 starters in the men's T37-38 event.
Opportunity for one of these men to take the title. O'Hanlon is absolutely flying here. Oh, we weren't sure whether the multiple Paralympic champion was still at the peak of his powers. He is. He takes the title from Dutoit, and it looks like it's the Canadian Gingras who's come home for the bronze. Cometh the hour, cometh the multiple Paralympic champion. The Australian is on top yet again. Twice he's retired, twice he's come back. He is the Commonwealth champion in 2022. And the South African gets the clarification that he has got his hands on the silver, and it was Gingras of Canada who got the bronze.
Next came the men for their 100-metre final. Kenya's Ferdinand Omanyala in lane 3 and South Africa's Akane Simbine in lane 4, the main contenders for gold.
Good start there from Omanyala. He's got the jump on Sabina at the moment. Omanyala's going away with this one. He will not be caught. This is justice for the man who couldn't do himself justice in Eugene. He takes the gold for Kenya. 10.02 into a slight headwind, minus 0.9. It was brilliant running at the start. He got out of the block so well, put the others under pressure, and Omanyala has gold. Akani Simbine takes the silver, and Yupun Abikun of Sri Lanka a bronze medal.
To finish, Jamaica's 5-time Olympic champion Elaine Thompson-Herah stepping up for the women's 100-metre final.
Set.
Well, it's a clean start, it's a pretty even start as well. The Nigerian going well in lane number 3. Thompson-Herah, though, the Jamaican running well in lane number 4. Elaine Thompson-Herah takes the gold medal here in Birmingham. 10.95 seconds. The 5-time Olympic champion, the 100 and 200-metre champion in Rio and Tokyo at the Olympic Games, the athlete that had never won an individual Commonwealth medal at all, takes the gold here. Julienne Alfred of St Lucia, 11.01 seconds. And a roar for Daryl Neater of England, 11.07 seconds. She picks up the bronze.
Elaine Thompson-Herah then with her first individual Commonwealth Games medal, confirming her place as one of the all-time greats.
To the final day of swimming at the Sandwell Aquatic Centre with 9 more medals to be won. The men's 200 metres individual medley got things underway. England's Tom Dean qualified fastest, so he was in lane 4 with Scotland's Duncan Scott alongside him in lane 3.
Duncan Scott, Lewis Clareburt, Tom Dean, go for it boys, last 50 coming up and Duncan Scott is going for it, big time. Tom Dean's trying to respond, Lewis Clareburt's trying to respond, but Duncan Scott, I believe, even this far out, surely has it, unless Tom Dean can find something in the last 15 and he is coming, he's coming fast, can he catch Duncan Scott? I think the Scotsman's got it, Tom Dean is closing, he's closing with every stroke, it's right on the touch, it's right on the touch of new games record for Duncan Scott. There was nothing, but nothing between them in the end. What a finish that was. There was actually 13 100ths between them, and Duncan Scott is the Commonwealth champion.
Bethany Firth of Northern Ireland was tipped to win gold in the first of the para-swimming finals, the women's 200 metres freestyle S14 category. She was almost 6 seconds faster than any other swimmer in qualifying.
Well, the gap is extended to 2 seconds. It was about 1.5 at the last turn. It's now 2 seconds, and the crowd now really getting behind Bethany Firth, and Jessica Jane Applegate will keep an eye on that world record. The gold is going to go to Northern Ireland, the first time ever at the Commonwealth Games in the pool. But Jessica Jane Applegate will want to hold on to that second, and it looks like Louise Fiddis is going to get 3rd place for England. Keep an eye on the clock. World record has gone. Don't worry about that. What is important right now is the gold medal, and a first gold medal in the pool for Northern Ireland.
The men's 200 metres freestyle S14 category gave the crowd a chance to see Paralympic champion Rhys Dunn in action. The English swimmer won 3 golds in Tokyo, including this event. But it was Canadian Nicholas Bennett who led throughout.
They're not going to catch Nicholas Bennett, are they? He's got clear water now. Benjamin Hans is coming in lane number 5. Well, do you know what? He might have run out of time, though. He's not going to quite catch Nicholas Bennett. He'll get there first. It's Hans, followed by Jack Ireland. So it is Australia 2-3, but a new games record for Nicholas Bennett. It's Canada's gold.
Next to the fastest event in this swimming schedule, the men's 50 metres freestyle, which featured current world champion Ben Proud of England. He had his eyes on a 3rd successive Commonwealth gold over the sprint distance.
Reaction time, all important in this one, and they are absolutely level together. In fact, Proud just slightly quicker than Burris from the start.
It was Edwards who had the fastest reaction, but Ben is starting to pull out in front. But Dylan Carter in lane 2, that black hat starting to come through. But you've got Lewis Burris, he's coming through.
Ben Proud, Lewis Burris, Ben Proud's going to get this. Burris maybe for 2nd place, yes! It's an England 1-2. Ben Proud, Lewis Burris in 2nd place, and Josh Edwards for Canada in 3rd.
World champion Kylie Mass of Canada led the field in the women's 50 metres backstroke, but she faced significant challenges from Medi Harris of Wales and Australia's Kaylee McEwen, who was hoping to complete a hat-trick of backstroke titles.
Kylie Mass in 4, Katie McEwen in 3, Maddie Harris for Wales in 5. Should be 3 of the main protagonists. Molly O'Callaghan certainly not to be discounted in lane number 6. And the Kylie Mass away to a real flyer.
But Kylie Mass going there well, but as is Molly O'Callaghan in that yellow hat closest to us, and it's O'Callaghan that leads at the moment.
O'Callaghan just ahead of Kylie Mass, who is coming back. This is going to be an incredibly tight finish. There's 3 or 4 in the line. Fantastic finish by Molly O'Callaghan and by Lauren Cox as well for England. Oh, she doesn't quite get there. Kylie Mass does. Where does she come from? Because she wasn't in the frame with 5 to go. Games record for Kylie Mass. What a finish that was. I mean, right across the spectrum there. The winner could have come from about 5 lanes. But Kylie Mass got a hand on the wall for, in fact, the top 3, top 4, top 5 are separated by 1/3 of a second. There is 0.31 between 1 and 5. That's how tight that was.
The 1500 metres freestyle was next. Sam Short of Australia was the fastest qualifier by more than 20 seconds. And while Northern Ireland's Sam Whiffin led for some of the race, he couldn't keep up with the Australian.
Whiffin's doing everything he can, but every time he does something, Short responds. The Australian, I'm sure, has got this now. Whiffin can't catch him. It's whether the Irish record's going to go, and it is going to go, surely. 14.57. Sam Short's going to go under the 15, and it's going to be 14.48. Wow, that's a time. And it is a new Irish record as well for Daniel Whiffin in second place. Who's going to get third? It looks like lane 6, Luke Turley. Toby Robinson's putting a bit of a burst in right at the very end here, but Luke Turley's going to hold on for third place. Toby Robinson's going to get 4th, but a very well swum race by Sam Short.
There was a high-quality lineup in the women's 400 metres freestyle. Australian Ariana Titmus, 15-year-old Summer McIntosh of Canada, and the swimmer who out-qualified them both, New Zealand's Erica Fairweather.
Summer McIntosh has to find a sprint finish here because she's not making any inroads. Still about the same, 1.42 between 1 and 2. Melverton in third place. Looks like this is a beautifully paced race by Ariana Titmus. She's trying to come with Summer McIntosh, but surely she's left this too late. There's 25 metres to go. It'll be 15 when they hit the next red stripe. She is coming back. She's not going to overhaul her in the time that's remaining. It'll be mighty tight, however. Ariane Titmus is going to hold on. The Canadian's going to get second place, and the race for third will be won by Kia Melverton in lane number 7. Games record for Titmus.
Australia in lane 4 and England in lane 5 were the main contenders for the men's 4x100 metres medley relay. Scotland in lane 3 also hoping to claim a medal.
This is the last leg. James Guy handing on to Tom Dean. Matt Temple to Carl Chalmers. It's a head-to-head, the head-to-head we expected between Tom Dean and Carl Chalmers. And don't disregard Evan Jones yet. Wow, this is a race. Tom Dean on the right. On the left, it's Carl Chalmers. Last 50, it's still just England. Only just by about a quarter of a second. Tom Dean against Carl Chalmers. Evan Jones in third for Scotland. Matt Richards for Wales in fourth. Tom Dean on the left-hand side as you look. Right-hand side, Carl Chalmers. Chalmers is coming past, but Tom Dean's got a second win. Dean is putting himself forward. It's going to be very, very tight. Tom Dean's going to get there for England, I think. Yes, he does! Yes, he does! 331.80. It's England. It's Australia edged out by 8/100ths of a second. And Tom Dean's got his gold at last. It's been silver, followed by silver, followed by silver. 6 of them before tonight. That is finally gold for Tom Dean and gold for the England quartet.
The final swim at Birmingham 2022 was the women's 4x100 metres medley relay. We joined the race with Australia and Canada battling for victory midway through the last leg.
Australia with a body or so's advantage. It's Molly O'Callaghan, Summer McIntosh for Canada in second, Anna Hopkin in third place. She's giving it absolutely everything, and South Africa in fourth. But it looks like Australia will finish, and they pretty much dominated this week. They're going to finish with the win. Third place looks like being England. Canada, it looks like it's now pretty much set. Australia to win. Canada in second. There's a fast finishing South African, but I don't think she's going to overhaul Anna Hopkins. Very tight indeed for third place, and it is just England by 19/100ths of a second.
England's Evie Richards was aiming to put a difficult start to the year behind her in a bid to achieve Commonwealth gold in the mountain bike cross-country final. The 2018 runner-up has been struggling with a bad back since February and contracted coronavirus last month.
Isla Short is right at the front of this along with Evie Richards. And it is Isla Short who takes that turn in first place.
I'm sure Evie Richards would be comfortable to be on the wheel until she comes back around into the finish straight where they get another opportunity to pass. You can see Evie Richards just moved to the front there in front of Isla Short, should I say, sorry, from Scotland.
And Richards assumes control on the front now as they head into the woods and down this first technical section here. They've got 3 steps to deal with fairly soon, and then a sweeping succession of really very fast berms before they drop down and head towards the tech zone. A couple of riders already falling victim to the pace, including Lisa Mansell and Nancy Debe, riding her first Commonwealth Games for Kenya. Evie Richards really attacking this already, and a little bit of a gap opening up to Isla Short. Oh, rider down, that's Emily Bridson of Jersey, and she's gone down hard there on the Rocky Road section, just approaching the drop-off. Brace yourself, incoming. It's actually the saddle and the seat post that did that back injury, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's going to have a sore back tomorrow.
That's Emily Bridson's race over, unfortunately.
A lot of water being taken on board.
24 kilometres of racing to go. That equates to 5 laps for Evie Richards. She had about 15 or 16 seconds over the chase group through the timing point out on the course, and she's extended that lead. And all these riders using this start-finish straight to fish sustenance out of their back pockets, to get a drink of water and to get fueled up for the next lap. But the gap now from Evie Richards to the chasers has grown to a mighty 34, 35 seconds. She's really beginning to flow now, Evie Richards. This is great to watch. She must be feeling so confident. The back is clearly holding up. The legs are doing what she wants them to do. And all the control is there and the poise on the bike. And the longer this race goes on, almost the better she looks at the moment.
A little bit of a battle here.
Oh, look at this.
On a technical
section. Getting onto the front. So Cuthbert, having recovered from almost being dropped by these 2 riders, is now on the front of these 2 groups and attacking them.
I was saying she was really disappointed when she went through that very difficult phase where she was dropped off the wheel, and now she's just fighting her way back, so she's got some inspiration and motivation.
Mansell was pulled to the side here. She knows that the race is coming through. She's being lapped, Lisa Mansell. She allows Candice Leal and Isla Short, who's looking increasingly under pressure, the Scottish rider. Evie Richards then, what's happened there? Off the bike, remounting, overcooked a corner, held it up, but that was a scare, and that genuinely was hard evidence that Evie Richards is fatigued now. Let's see what the gap is. You can see the Australian just turning now and riding towards the finish line with Candice Leal. A little bit of a gap, still haven't seen Isla Short come around that corner, so Short at the moment is almost out of the medal reckoning, you'd have to say. Candice Leal closes the gap to Zoe Cuthbert. The gap is now down to just 26 seconds between Evie Richards, who has lost 12 seconds to the Australian over the course of half a lap. If she carries on losing time at that rate, she's going to be caught. Oh, that's what happens, isn't it, when the fatigue starts to seep through those legs. These smaller little obstacles here on the steep section of the course can unseat you. That will have just cost her a second, maybe. Here it is, this moment. Just getting the wheel up up. That bump there just almost came to a standstill, just fractionally did. She had to unclip and put her feet on the ground, but straight back on it after that. Richards, here's the bell. Takes a drink. Goes over the start-finish line. We start the clock ticking over. We'll see where Zoe Cuthbert is. And she's lost a fair amount of time to Evie Richards. So Evie Richards' buffer has built right back up. But the Australian, what a ride she's having.
And here is Evie Richards riding her way to a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games.
Well, she answered that pressure emphatically, didn't she? She put 16 seconds or thereabouts into her nearest rivals on the course over the course of that last lap. This is where it nearly went wrong for Evie Richards, big time. This point here, very efficiently over it this time. So that's behind her. Literally, she looks around, checks, that's it. That's done. Then she gets up this section. That is all the difficulties behind her, save for the slippery grass in the finishing circuit. But at that point in the race, she could almost put her bike on her shoulder and run over the line. She takes gold. She's the world champion. Evie Richards, the rider from Malvern. And now she's the Commonwealth Games champion. Gold for England, gold for Richards. A glorious ride, a dominant performance, and a rider at the peak of her powers. Evie Richards, take a bow. Australia takes silver. Zoe Cuthbert at just 21 years of age from Canberra. What a remarkable ride that was. Candy Slill, a bronze medal for South Africa at the Commonwealth Games.
Judo next, which has been held at the Coventry Arena, and that meant there was no doubt about the fans' favourite to win gold in the men's under 90 kilogram class. Jamal Petgrave of England is a graduate from the city's university. His opponent in the final, Remy Fouillet of Mauritius. With no points on the board after 4 minutes, it went to a golden score. Any decisive move now would settle it.
Now he's going for it, Fouillet. Oh, that's it, that's a score. Wazari scored, Petgrave does it. And they both went for it, and as soon as he did there, one of them was going to go.
Jamal Petgrave becomes a Commonwealth Games champion. It is a 4th gold medal in the judo for England.
Next, it was the women's under 78 kilos division. Natalie Powell of Wales against Emma Reid of England.
Oh, she's got it. Oh, Wazari. Well, I thought that was a Wazari there, and Powell went over. Emma Reid gets it, and I didn't think it was an Ippon.
And Wazari was the decision after the action had been reviewed, which was crucial. Ippon would have ended the contest there and then. They carried on, but Emma Reid was ahead, and despite collecting a penalty during the contest, she was edging towards the title.
6 seconds left on the clock. One more attack. Is it going to happen? No, it's not. She's stolen it. Emma Reid. That technique at the beginning there, she had to hold on after she got it, but that was enough. It was a great technique, almost the Ippon.
Reid the winner, a second golden moment in quick succession for graduates of Coventry University. So 2 English winners, but the 3rd gold would go to Canada, who provided both finalists in the men's under 100 kilo division. Shadi Elnahas and Kyle Reyes couldn't be separated until it got to the golden score.
Oh, that's going to be it. That's a Wazari scored. That's Elnahas scores. Well, he got the Ippon there. I don't think it's an Ippon, but I think it would be changed to Wazari. I thought that was a Wazari.
The officials reviewed the action and agreed with the commentator, Wazari rather than Ippon. But in golden score time, it didn't matter. Shadi Elnahas was the gold medal winner. He'd beaten his friend and rival, Kyle Reyes. The Scottish flags were flying for Sarah Adlington, who was going for gold in the women's over 78 kilograms final. She took on Tulika Mann of India. It was evenly poised, and Mann had picked up 2 penalties.
Oh, it's Adlington again, and there's the counter. So she was waiting for it, Mann, and she counters Adlington back.
Despite Adlington dominating the bout, Mann was now ahead, but the outcome remained uncertain.
1 minute on the clock, plenty of time here for Adlington to really pile on the pressure. Adlington could do with an Ouchigari, I think, change the direction maybe. Arms there, that's it! She's done it, Ippon! Sarah Adlington does it! She scores Ippon in the final, and, well, she really went for that, Sarah Adlington. Absolutely was not going to give it up. She was a was-Harry down, and she said, no, I got it wrong the first time, I'm not going to get it wrong this time, and she wins her second Commonwealth gold medal.
The last of 14 judo gold medals won over the past 3 days would go to either Mark Deschênes of Canada or New Zealand's Cody Andrews, the finalists in the men's over 100 kilograms category.
Deschênes showing his difference in power there. He's won a couple on the ground already. Now, is he going to just turn this? He might just. He just turned it directly straight into the hold down there. And I think that Andrews is just about out there. He's not far off. The seconds are ticking up. Well, he's got a was-Harry already, and it's Togatap. So a was-Harry scored. I think it was around about 15 seconds, but I thought he just got out just a little bit before that. Now, can Deschênes turn him again? He has done. He's turned him again. Now, leg caught. Those seconds are... And he's just got to hold him for another 3 seconds. It's all over. So another gold for Canada. Deschênes. His groundwork just too strong for the opposition, and that was a great performance from him.
Mark Deschênes with a second gold medal of the session for Canada.
To Leamington Spa's Victoria Park for the Para-Women's Pairs B6, B8 finals in lawn bowls. Just as in the men's final in this category, Scotland faced Australia in the gold medal match. Scotland's Pauline Wilson and Rosemary Linton had a 2-point advantage after 6 ends and were looking at another 4, as Australia's Serena Burnell delivered the last bowl of end 7.
Oh, she's up on a good line. It's all on her weight now.
Needs to run, needs to run.
Oh, it's definitely cut 1 or 2 out, I would say. Oh, it may well be second shot.
I agree, I think there is second shot, that's great. When there was 4 against, just to give likely a single shot.
We're just waiting for clarification.
And it is 1.
Australia needed to close the gap in the next round. As Serena Burnell stepped up for her penultimate bowl, points were essential.
3 bowls to play onto. Doesn't want to be too high. Better that than too narrow, I guess. And she comes.
There we go. Perfect weight as it found the gap through. Wow.
The measure came out, scoring 3 to Australia to level things at 5 points all. Scotland edged ahead again as the 10th end drew to a close, with Pauline Wilson looking to extend her team's lead.
Well, this is better. This is certainly a lot better. She gets a toucher, she'll be very happy with that. That's a great shot.
2 more points for the Scottish pair, 9-5 up after 10 ends. In the 12th end, Rosemary Linton produced a crucial bowl.
Don't be shy with this one.
Well, she's got 2 good ones around the head. She can afford to reach, and she has.
Got it.
Wow. That's 3 great bowls from Rosemary.
It looks superb the moment it left her hand.
Then it was Pauline Wilson's time to shine again.
Trying to play it, coming down again. Through onto the blue ball would be lovely.
That's sensational. She's popped that jack back in far safer position for Scotland.
4 points for Scotland. taking them into an unassailable lead. Serena Burnell delivered the last bowl of end 14, with Scotland assured of the gold.
And it's Scotland who are the Commonwealth Games champions. The handshakes all round. Really impressive by the Scots.
And in the bronze medal match, South Africa's Victoria's van der Merwe and Desiree Levin had a comfortable win against England's Michelle White and Gillian Platt.
A women's singles squash tournament, which had seen a few upsets along the way, was completed at the University of Birmingham. Canada's Holly Norton had made it to the gold medal match by beating world #1 Joelle King. She took on Harvard graduate Georgina Kennedy of England, who stormed to a 2-game lead in just 15 minutes.
11-7.
Norton improved in the third game. But 6 game balls came and went as Kennedy fought back. It was getting tense.
Oh, she's managed to just get it on the front wall. I can't believe it. Gina Kennedy has come all the way back into a tie-break scenario. Got to be a 2-point clear to take the game. Oh, that's well played. That took a lot of bottle from Holly Norton. Gina Kennedy breathing down her neck, and she's produced the backhand drop shot.
Game ball.
Game ball again for Norton. She's done it! She's managed to hold off Gina Kennedy in the third game. That's outrageous. We've got a serious match on our hands now.
5-10.
However, the fourth game went the way of the first 2, and Kennedy found herself with 5 match balls.
Gina Kennedy has made history here at the University of Birmingham in this Commonwealth Games. She's been the first ever English lady in the singles competition to win gold. What an outrageous achievement for this lady from Kent.
In the men's singles, Paul Cole of New Zealand was in the final for the second games running. This time he was hoping to add gold to his silver from the Gold Coast. He played Joel Makin, the first Welsh player to reach the men's singles final. And it was Makin who made the best start.
Oh my word, goodness gracious me, Joel Makin is on absolute fire.
Oh, that's beautiful play. Makin is just absolutely nailing his shots. The shot selection's as good as it can be today. And that's gone well down. That is halfway down the 10, so Paul Cole had a heavy arm there.
11-3.
He did.
Makin leads.
Pressure is on the shoulders of the Kiwi.
Cole responded well to that pressure and won a tight second game.
11-9.
But Makin, known as the Golden Tiger, was in fine form, producing shots that thrilled the crowd and disheartened his opponent.
And that's the finish. He made that look quite easy, Johnny, and it wasn't. 2 game balls for the world #7 from Wales. And he's made the error. He throws his racket, Paul Cole, and the eyes of Joel Makin are as wide as I've ever seen them.
But the New Zealander composed himself and found his form again in the 4th game.
Oh, that's a great shot.
No let. No let.
He's played it. He's played it. Terrific movement. That's a great shot from Cole.
11-8.
So the match would be decided in the final game, and Cole carried on where he'd left off in the 4th.
Oh my word. Oh my goodness gracious me. That was gorgeous. Well, we're into an hour and a half. 90 minutes. And Cole sends him the wrong way, and that's an indication that the Golden Tiger be faltering physically. Oh, it's a great boast. Good 1-2. He's dived.
Oh, Joey.
He's back up.
That's
He's finished it beautifully. I mean, that was the perfect squash rally from Paul Cole. He kept his nerve. It was immaculate. Match ball for the gold medal. Oh, he's made the error. He's made the error.
11-7.
Cole finally takes the gold. He's the first Kiwi male ever to win a gold medal in the singles, making history. Oh, what a battle. I mean, you couldn't ask for more.
The last of weightlifting's 16 gold medals was contested in the men's over 109 kilogram division. The lifters don't get any bigger than this, and the weights don't get any heavier. The defending champion was David Litty, and he played the first card in the clean and jerk.
Well, no question about that. That's a very good first attempt.
That gave him the lead, but India's Gurdeep Singh would overtake him with a successful lift at 223 with his final attempt of the evening.
Well, he's cleaned it. Oh, come on.
Oh, let's see what the referees make of it.
2-1 in his favour.
Leader after the snatch, Pakistan's Nur Daskir Butt decided to stick for now. So Litty chose to twist once again in an attempt to regain top spot.
There's the extra 6 kilos. Up to 394.
Only now, with Litty on a combined total of 394, did Butt rejoin the game. An extra kilo was added to the bar as he sought to take the lead.
I'm number one, he says.
The stakes were getting higher, and neither lifter was prepared to fold. There was a hive of activity at the table backstage as the weights were upped time and again. Eventually, Butt decided enough was enough and came out for his second lift, this time at 232 kilos.
It's there.
Litty was a beaten man, and he knew it. With only 232 kilos on the bar, he couldn't overhaul Butt, but he wanted to try and reward the crowd for their incredible support. It wasn't to be. Butt chose not to take his final lift, but he did collect his gold. Pakistan's first and only medal in weightlifting at these games. Litty took the silver and India's Singh the bronze. Earlier in the day, Olympic silver medalist Emily Campbell fed off the energy generated by a capacity crowd to set a new games record in the snatch in the women's over 87 kilogram class. By the time Campbell returned to the arena for her first attempt in the clean and jerk, all but one of her rivals had finished lifting.
Terrific.
152. She's up into the gold medal position.
Defending champion Fernanda Stowers was that one remaining challenger. Having successfully lifted 147 kilos, the Samoan looked to close the gap to Campbell on her second attempt. It was a similar story for Stowers on her final lift, meaning Campbell was confirmed as the champion. And after thrilling the crowd with a record-breaking second lift, she returned for a final time with over 160 kilos on the bar.
It's all gone to plan. Emily Campbell, Commonwealth Games champion, super heavyweight, wonderful performance.
3 Commonwealth Games records for the 28-year-old Campbell, who finished 18 kilos clear of Stowers and a massive 47 ahead of Charisma Amoe Tarrant of Australia in 3rd.
Defending champions Australia have booked their place in the semi-finals of the men's hockey tournament with a game to spare. They beat South Africa 3-0 in Pool A at the University of Birmingham, and they can't be caught at the top of the table. Despite their defeat, South Africa remain in contention for runners-up spot. At Smithfield, the battle was on for top spot in Pool C of the beach volleyball men's doubles. Both England and New Zealand went into the match not having dropped a set previously, but this one finished 21-19, 21-16 to New Zealand. The final match of the night was a meeting between the top 2 in women's Pool A, Canada and New Zealand, and it featured a lengthy first set. Canada eventually won it 32-30 on their way to a straight sets victory, so the defence of their Commonwealth title is still on course. In T20 cricket, Group A was completed with a comfortable win for India against Barbados. Victory at Edgbaston always looked likely for India, despite this unfortunate run-out, which ended the 71-run partnership for the 2nd wicket.
Now that is a disaster from India's perspective. Wholly unnecessary.
India went on to make 162 for 4 in their 20 overs. Jemima Rodriguez top scored with 56. Barbados were restricted to just 62 for 8 in their reply, and India will now go on to play the winners of Group B in the semi-finals on day 9.
Boxing now, and in the men's light welterweight division, Louis Colleen of Mauritius had made smooth progress through his previous bouts to earn a place in a quarter-final against 4-time English champion Joe Tyers. Tyers won round 1 on points, then received a cut in round 2, which went Colleen's way. So it all came down to the 3rd and final round.
Referee speaking to both fighters. And this time it's Tyers who's caught in an arm lock. But the referee seems to be on his case. Not quite sure how that happens.
Oh, good right hand there from Colleen, lovely shot. And again.
Crowd, oh, great punch. Terrific shot from Colleen. Best punch of the round from the man from Mauritius.
It's a standing count here, if they let go of each other.
And that might decide it. Tyers gets the standing 8, and that cracking right hand from Louis Colleen may be putting him into the last 4. They go back to their corners, and Colleen thinks that he's won it.
For your winner, in the red corner.
Yes, he's got it. Louis Colleen of Mauritius. 1 or 2 tears of joy for him. Tyers bitterly disappointed.
Colleen will face Abdul Omar in the semi-final, the Ghanaian defeating Alston Ryan of Antigua and Barbuda, again on a split decision. Jodie Wilkinson said she only took up boxing to lose a bit of weight, but she was through to the quarter-finals of the women's light middleweight competition. Her opponent, Northern Ireland's Erin Nugent. A close fight, but the judges determined that Nugent had the better of it.
Representing Northern Ireland.
In the other quarter-final in that category, Rosie Eccles of Wales was in the ring with India's bronze medal-winning Olympian, Lovelina Borgohain. Eccles had missed out on Tokyo 2020, but was up for Birmingham 2022.
That's a good right hand from Eccles.
Yeah, cracking shot, wasn't it? Just knocking the head back there to Borgohain. I think Eccles had a good round, I feel.
Well, it's going to go down to the judges' cards. It's all about how they've seen it.
A tight fight. Could Eccles, who won silver in 2018, continue her quest to convert that game's medal into gold?
In the blue corner, representing Wales, Rosie Eccles.
Eccles gets it, and I think deservedly so. It must have been very, very close. They checked, checked and checked again, but Eccles it is.
Another India v Wales clash, but in the women's light flyweight category. Zareen Nikat of India beat Wales's Helen Jones on points. When Nikat won gold at the World Championships, she asked if she was trending on Twitter. Well, her dream of social media stardom may well be realised if she can defeat England's Savannah Stubley, who progressed through her quarter-final. The two go toe-to-toe on day 9.
After 6 days of competition in Birmingham, Australia's domination continues to show in the medal table. 65 in the pool alone, bringing their overall total to 123, including 46 gold. They sit above the host nation England, who've also now passed the 100 mark overall. They're on 105. Canada have leapfrogged New Zealand into third. We'll leave you with Scottish 10,000 metre runner Ailish McColgan, showing the grit and determination to hold off the challenge of Kenya's Irene Cheptai, claim a Commonwealth gold and complete a fantastic family double. There to join the celebrations, Mum Liz, who won the same event in 1986 and again in 1990.